even sewed in my ends. This is most unlike me. If you've watched the podcast before, you'll know that I am not a fan of sewing in ends. When I made my last sock yarn blanket, I left all of the ends right to the end and then had a mammoth sewing in end session, which took about 10 hours. Literally took about 10 hours, so it's not even an exaggeration. So I was quite surprised when I found myself sewing in the ends of this. So I've got today's mini I just opened. I'll ball this up and get that one knitted in. But before I found those needles that I'm using now, I ordered some new ones. I ordered them from Wild and Woolly, and I just love how they wrap their orders with the yarn around. And this is just testament to my impatience sometimes, because I couldn't find exactly the right needle. So instead of just looking for a little bit longer, I ordered some. But it turns out that it was a really good move, because I completely have my mind set on making a second cowl. I'll open that in a minute because it's going to be loud. So I really want to make a second Land of Sweets cowl. I have an image in my mind. So I've been collecting my scraps. Got all sorts in here. Oh, that's a lavender bag. Oh, really lovely colours. And I've decided this one I would really like to try knitting one strand of the fingering weight and one strand of mohair. I'm really excited about this idea. I just imagine it's going to be the coziest, squishiest thing ever. So yes, I found 24 different yarns from my scraps. There are few things that give me more pleasure than scrap projects. I think partly because you get to play with lots of different yarns, but then you've got all of the different memories associated with the different yarns. That is just such a pleasure for me. This one I used in my So Faded jumper. This one I did as well, actually. Oh, that one I dropped. This one I used in a hat for our new nephew. This one I knit Mercury socks in last year. They actually came up on my time hop today, so that was a funny coincidence. This is left over from my vintage Fairy Lights socks that was part of it's from Hedgerow Yarns, and it was part of a lovely kit that I did last year with Hedgerow Yarns and Curious Handmade. So that's really special, that bit. And yeah, all sorts in here. There's shawls that I've knit for. This was from a shawl that I've knit from my mum. So is this one. So yeah, I just love scrap projects. I think they're so enjoyable. I have been thinking about getting this blanket back out again and working a few more squares into this. It's just something so pleasurable about just using a little scrap. Do you find that as well? Do you enjoy scrap projects? I just love them. I think they're just so enjoyable. So yeah. I think now I'm going to sit for a bit and start getting this scheme into my cowl. I think these two cows as companions are going to be the best pair for me. I'm loving this cowl that I've got on the needles already, because I don't have to think about the yarn that I use, and it's really fun, and to know that my friend like chose them especially in an order that she thought that I would enjoy is really just so lovely. And then the other one, I get to play around with my leftovers and memories, so I think they're going to be really, really fun. So yes, I'll spend a little while adding this one in, and I might open those needles just to have a little play. I ordered Addy, they're Addy lace. I think they're Addy lace in this country and Addy sock rockets in other countries. They're lovely smooth needles. I just find sometimes the join is a bit unpredictable, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I've got a good smooth join in that envelope. And then tonight we're off to see the Nutcracker. Every Christmas we go to see the live stream of the Nutcracker performed at the Royal Opera House at our local cinema, and we absolutely love it. They do it, I think we've been for the last three years maybe. It's another reason I was so excited about Knit Vent by Curious Handmade being inspired by the Nutcracker, actually, because I just have, like a lot of people do I think, have such fond Christmas memories of the Nutcracker. So yeah, we're going to go and see the Nutcracker at the cinema tonight, which will be lovely. That always gets me feeling festive, going to see that, and it always makes me wish that I was a ballerina. But I'm not. But yeah, so that will be absolutely lovely. I probably won't take any knitting. I tend to take knitting to the cinema and just work on it if the cinema is quite empty. I don't usually work on my knitting in the cinema if there's someone I don't know sat next to me or nearby. I don't know, but I think it might be quite distracting if you're not used to seeing someone sitting and knitting. So yeah, I don't tend to do it if I'm near anyone. And these live streams of the Nutcracker are always sold out, so I know that there will be people sat next to me. So I won't take my knitting this time, and it's quite good timing because I haven't actually got any plain socks on the needles, which I was thinking about earlier that I needed to remedy. So yes, that is what the rest of my day is going to look like, and I'm so excited to be going to the cinema later.